Hey folks, back with ancient cosmography, and similar to these ancient Egyptian maps, like this is an ancient Egyptian map of showing America, Asia, Greenland, um, Russia, I think. Anyway, bunch of stuff. It shows the British Isles over here as a giant holding three captives, three hostages, and holding a club that I think the club is the Outer Hebrides. But I think it seems that all ancient people had these type of anthropomorphic depictions of land. And so, I've been focusing on Finn McCool and the Celtic mythology about the Irish Sea. So let's see, like here's Finn McCool, Salmon of Knowledge. He famously, so I think his face is sky, his fist and thumb are the small isles here, and Soe, and the salmon is the Outer Hebrides. And this is, he like cooks the salmon with his head. Like, I think this is the fire. Or maybe it's like in profile, so the fire is kind of behind him, but he's supposed to be the one cooking it. So they cook the salmon of knowledge, and then he burns his thumb touching it, and etc. And but there's also, this story where it talks about the tree that okay, not in there. I think where Finn interacts with the tree, and there's this figure that they say was jumping over their hearth and then was banished. So I think that is probably Shetland here, that's jumping over the hearth, and that this is seen as the hearth down here, the top of Orkney, or maybe Orkney altogether. Then he's banished up to this tree. And so I was thinking the tree is the Faroe Islands here, because this kind of is shaped like a tree. But it also could be that, and then they were saying there was a stag in the tree. So I was thinking this is the stag, and this is his horns, this is his front haunches, and he's like bucking, his back legs are up in the air or something. He's like ramming somebody. But then I was looking at what does a stag look like. So a stag is supposed to have big ass antlers and stuff. So that doesn't fit as much with that, but it does fit with Iceland, because it says the stag is in the bottom of the tree, and Iceland is shaped like a bit like a tree with a trunk, and then the trunk kind of looks like a stag. So I'm not sure if I have that up here. This is another related story of Finnegas. This is supposed to be the fisher who catches the fish, seems to be Orkney. So it seems like they can repurpose maybe the same things in different stories. So in this, it's Orkney. In another story, this is the hearth. But maybe, Finn and, or, Fingal and Finnegas, I guess, are both hearths and people. I'm not sure what all I have on my screen right now to show. But let's see. So it says that food was being cooked by them. Dear Cora. So this character seemed to be Shetland would be Dear Cora, who went into exile. And he used to go about on shanks of deer for his lightness. So I'm not sure exactly what that. There's a couple islands in Shetland or in the Faroes that kind of look like a shank of deer. One day, as Finn was in the woods seeking him, he saw a man in the top of a tree, a blackbird on his right shoulder, and in his left hand a white vessel of bronze filled with water, in which was a jumping trout and a stag at the foot of the tree. So a lot of that seems to correspond to Shetland and to Iceland. Iceland is just a little further. It's like right there. So the Faroes could be said to be on the top of Iceland, since the kind of trunk shape of Iceland is on the other side. So like it could be that I was thinking that this is Dear Cora, but I'm not sure really. It could be that this is this kind of looks like a deer shank or whatever it was saying. It says he goes about on deer shanks. But it says he's disguised, so he looks weird and he's wearing a cloak. So that's why I was thinking he could be this, but now I realize he could also be this. And especially that it says he has a blackbird on his right shoulder. Because it could be that if he's this, it could be that these are both considered his arms somehow. And actually in this, the top of this part kind of looks like a bird. So it could be that basically there's a bird embedded into his right shoulder. This one I didn't include that part, but so then if that's the case, then this could represent Fingal himself coming when he comes up to like yell at him, or in the story. This seems to be the white bronze vessel with the jumping fish. This is in the Faroe Islands. Bronze vessel, jumping fish. And it's weird that like since I took that photo, Google like took a new photo of it. So now when I look on Google Earth, it has a greener image. I'm glad my feds listen to me and help me out sometimes. So yeah, this is supposed to be this bronze white vessel filled with water and the jumping fish. Not sure what those islands are called. And this is that what could be the right arm of Dear Cora. And if so, but then it would be weird because you would think that it would say that this would be in the right hand of him. So maybe that was a transcription error, and it's supposed to be in the right hand. Because if this is the arm, here's this vessel that's supposed to be in his hand, and here's a shape that looks like a bird. So there would be the beak, there's the bird's tail, and there's even kind of a, inlets and lakes and whatever this is delineating them. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's water going most of the way across, delineating it from the shoulder that it's perched on. So yeah, that makes me think that it's actually in his right hand, the bronze vessel. And let's see if I have anything else to show here. Be about it. We are. Yeah, I guess that's all from Heracompolis. But, the same concepts. And it's interesting that in this one, what seems to be the same arm of Britain, and it's, and it refers to his arms in the both Celtic and Egyptian texts a lot. Fingal's arms, Schemi's arms, and so this, I think is the primary arm, and sometimes this may be his arm, in this